Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can hear my voice, you probably know I'm using a microphone. Haven't done that in a little while because I haven't had the time, but still don't have the time, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get things done. We're hopping in the 4755. It's planting time. April 8:20 in the morning. Uh, this is for a contract. I don't own that. That's the huge tractor. We're planting oats. I missed my turn a little bit. We're going to start on field 50 and then work our way all the way over to field 28 up there. This is the Road to the 715 series, which means we started out small and we're progressing forward until we can get the brand new... I need to stop saying brand new. The Case IH 715 quad track. I say brand new, but it's been out for months on Farming Simulator. Got tons to do today, so we're already in the fields. It's been like 30-45 seconds. That must be one of my records. I usually dally a lot and talk for 10 minutes and then get in the field. You may have noticed lately I've been doing more time lapses on the channel, and that is simply because I just don't have the time to edit. I'm trying to make more time for it because I really enjoy this, and now that Farming Simulator 25 has been announced and the trailer came out, I am super motivated to get back into the swing of things before it comes out. Maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to buy it right away or pre-order it or something. So as I said, we're doing oats on field 50 and 28, which are two kind of smaller separate fields. And then we also have fields 1 and, what's the other one? 43? 1 and 51 are combined. I plowed them together. They weren't actually combined. I plowed them together, so they are now one entity, and I treat them as one big field, even though there are two separate ones. So that's what we're going to be doing soybeans on. I did just recently buy a planter, and that planter is small and doesn't move very fast because it's older, so that one could take some serious time. It's all in good fun though. Feel free to let me know down below in the comments what you think about the time lapses, if I should keep doing time lapses alongside the live action series, or if I should just do one or the other. Pretty interested to see what your guys' feedback is. Let's flip it around and go back the other way. I don't usually do that. Just to get you guys back up, in case you haven't been following this series, you are able to go down below. There will be a link in the description. You can check out the series if you want to. But if you haven't been following along, this is episode 6, I believe, and we just finished our first harvest since we started. I think we started doing some tillage on episode 1, and then we tilled and planted and did contracts and everything, and we just harvested wheat and peas. The last couple of episodes were spent on the harvest because while we don't have huge equipment, I mean, this is pretty good size. It's like a 40-foot wide cedar. We don't have huge equipment. It's still, we have quite a bit of land. It takes a while, a couple hours to get through everything, which, in terms of farming isn't actually that much, but for Farming Simulator, spending a few hours on an episode can get a bit long sometimes. I do still have quite a bit of peas left over, almost 200,000 liters, and I can get anywhere from $350,000 to $450,000 from selling that. I'm not quite sure yet. Obviously, I haven't sold them yet. And that kind of gives me an interesting conundrum, I guess you could say, what to spend it on. I'm still $200,000 in debt, and I made a promise to hold myself to paying off $100,000 of debt every time I sold a large amount of crops, and obviously getting $350,000 to $400,000 off of a harvest would constitute me spending $100,000 to pay off debt. I could just dump another 100 and get completely out of debt, so everything after that is just net positive, or option 2 would be to purchase a bigger tractor and a bigger cultivator, like a disc tiller, because this seeder cannot direct drill. I have to till before I get to it. Option number 3 would be to purchase more land, which again, I already have quite a bit for the size of machines that I have, but more land never hurts. Right, I'll plug away, we'll get this thing done super lickety-split, and then hop into time-lapse as we do field 50 up there. Sorry, I'm in 50, field 28. Yes. Do a bit of a time-lapse montage thing, and I'll catch you back when that's done. Something that I did forget, of course, is this contract here with the T9 and the Vaterstad cultivator. We're going to be doing field 6, which is this one. It's worth $33,000. It seems great. I mean, all I have to do is just cultivate this purple field here, which is obviously quite large, much bigger than my biggest field. Not much bigger, but a little bigger than my biggest field. But the equipment I've got is pretty solid too, and I can have a worker going on it, so I think it'll work out and be pretty profitable. Obviously a worker can't be doing it the whole time, it is pretty irregularly shaped. But yeah, I'm gonna incorporate a couple rows of that into the time lapse. And yeah, I guess nothing else to be said, let's get into it. Well, after just a little bit of time, we've essentially got both of those fields seeded up, and I did that entire cultivating contract. As you can see, I do have that money put in my account. It ended up being, I think, 29,000 and change, so we're up to 63,364. I would have liked to have shown that on camera, but there is occasionally a glitch where if you leave the save, like if you just turn the game off, save and quit, the contract that you're actively running, if you're close enough to like finish it, sometimes it glitches out and like within 10 seconds the contract just like disappears and you get kicked off the field and you don't get paid for it. So I just backed out without saving, entered in again, and then basically completed the contract and got paid for it, because I'm not working in that field for literally 45 minutes just to not get paid. I don't understand what it is. Maybe it's just on modded maps, but whatever the case may be, it is slightly frustrating and does happen sometimes. So yeah, I think I can even come to my finance page and show you from the contract. Yeah, $29,012 from that contract, which is pretty nice. Didn't necessarily need to do that, but hey, more money never hurts. After we get this field done, I'll hop in one of my tractors and we'll get everything fertilized I'm not sure if I want to spray it or spread it. I'll probably just spread it. I could even do side dressing with anhydrous ammonia, but, well, we maybe do that. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I'll plant the field with soybeans next month because they're not ready to plant yet. With more time to decide, I think I will be going with more land when I sell my crops here in a couple months. And I might go with field 29. It's about almost $300,000 to purchase that, but it's got wheat planted on it. And it's right next to my field 28, so next year I can plow them together into one nice big field, and that'll be super great. So then I can kind of have two big fields and one field off to the side, with these as one big field, these as one big field, and then this guy down there kind of being separate. The reason for me doing that is it probably would only take me around 2 hours real time to plant all my fields, and probably 2.5 or 3 to harvest everything. So yeah, I don't see any reason why we would need better equipment to make that faster. So we'll keep cooking, get more land, and then probably the next big purchase we make will be larger equipment. I don't remember if I own my combine or not. I don't. Okay, so I'm leasing a combine. So I need to make sure I keep enough money for that. Just get these things cleared off. And then we'll hop into potentially next month. Maybe we'll spread fertilizer. Maybe we'll just wait. I don't know. But I'm running out of time to decide. I think I'll just wait till next month. But then it'll be hard to see what I've done and what I haven't. I don't really think you'd side dress right after you plant before it's even like germinated and popped up. So we're gonna wait. Apologize for my indecisiveness. Let's get this put away and get right into the fields next month. Okay, let's get this thing unfolded. Get to see that nice turntable animation. Excellent. And I also brought the Massey out with our sprayer because we're going to have to spray off some weeds. You can see we got a few growing here. And it's reading nitrogen at very bad or even critical levels. So we're definitely going to want to get out here and side dress. I'm going to use the sprayer to spray off the weeds. And I'll use the nitrogen, the anhydrous ammonia, to side dress. The soybeans won't need any nitrogen, which will be nice. Just like that, we're planting. This planter is quite small. That is something I decided to go with. I could have gone easily with something much larger, but I didn't want to. So we're just going to have to make this thing work. It's going to take its sweet time, and maybe it'll make me regret deciding to get more land. Maybe it'll make me want to get a bigger tractor or something, I don't know. We could also use a no-till seeding arrangement, because right now I have to run through and cultivate and then run through and seed. This is direct drill, which is nice. Even though it's pretty small, it's still, I don't have to go through the whole field to cultivate and then go through the whole field to plant. I can do it all in one go, and it improves my environmental score for the Precision Farming DLC, which further benefits me by giving me literal cash in hand on top of the price I get for selling my crops. So if we do get more land this time, I would say the next big ticket item we get is for sure going to be a bigger seeder. Potentially one that's like 18 meters, quite large. That's going to require a bigger tractor as well. We may have to take out a loan for that, but there's no need deciding that right now. That is a year in game and potentially 3 or 4 episodes away. All I got to do right now is just put my head down, get this thing planted, and all you guys have to do is kick back, relax, and get to see 3 things getting done. We're going to be planting, spraying the weeds off in 2 fields, and using some anhydrous ammonia to side dress our crop and bring that nitrogen level all the way up. Let's get it. Alright, I got the headlands done around for the most part. I mean, it'd be nice to have 2 passes done around this area, and I will whenever the worker gets there. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty good to go. You can just to hop back and forth. Usually I come all the way down in here and trace this around. I just went straight across. The worker should be able to do like this entire section. It'll probably miss a few spots, but then after that I can just do this by myself and then have a worker help me with that. But now it's time to hop into the Massey. I did start a little bit. The See and Spray, I think it was like $30,000 extra, but it is super, super nice because it saves me on herbicide. Give it like 5-10 years in game, it'll pay itself off because herbicide is expensive. And it's pretty cool to see it just like shooting it out in little patches and stuff. Super neat. So we're going to come in here, spray the herbicide, and then do the anhydrous ammonia. I'm super excited for Farming Simulator 25, especially the crop textures, because like looking from the top down on this, you can see all these little bare patches in the field, and realistic or not, it doesn't look good. I don't like it. So based on the early screenshots we've gotten, I'm pretty optimistic the crop textures are going to be a lot better. Which, you know, you'd hope so. If you wait 3 years, you'd hope things would get a little better. It's just nice to see. Despite only going 8 miles an hour, this is going to get this done really quick. It's super wide. It's probably definitely my widest working width of anything I have. I think it's 28 meters wide, which is huge. I just kind of come on here. I can go to the weeds and it'll tell me what I have done and what I haven't. So I can kind of just bounce back and forth and see what needs done and what's been done. Because it's kind of hard to see, like, with all the green from the crop here, it's kind of hard to see the green from the weeds growing. Which is why I don't really show this on camera very much. It's, yeah, rather annoying to be hopping back and forth. I'm sure it wouldn't make for a pleasant viewing experience. I'm going to go fill this thing up. We'll get him back on a worker, and we'll be moving on to the anhydrous ammonia. Here's the anhydrous ammonia going on with the side dresser. I do have 2 big duals on this tractor. It's quite heavy, and a big tank of anhydrous ammonia, so I'm not sure what this would do realistically. It would probably just squish all this crop and kill it, which is why anhydrous ammonia is usually put on first before you plant. Oftentimes like in the fall after harvest, or in the winter before planting, like several months in advance. But in the game, when you're running precision farming, you can't like pre-select which crop you want to grow to put the correct amount of nitrogen in there. You could just put like a set amount. So there's no real way to do it super accurately and get the best yields, which is why I'm doing it this way. I know it looks goofy, but that's just the best we can do for now, unfortunately. Eventually I do want to get to not have to use anhydrous ammonia, but for now this is the way we do it. And it's pretty straightforward. You can't really see anything, so I have to go off the mini-map on the bottom left, and thankfully it automatically adjusts. I think in real life you'd have to like actually change, like manually change the amount going out, just with like a little dial. You probably have a computer system in the cab to do that, but yeah, thankfully the game makes it a lot easier. Alrighty guys, it's been quite a while. We've got this whole big section up here done, and now we're going to work on this little section down here, and then we can get on that. And I'll do this bottom leg, this L, as a time lapse. Well, this has taken forever, but with these last couple bits, we're done. Finally. It's been literally 3 hours of planting just soybeans and spraying the fertilizer and, spraying the herbicide and the anhydrous ammonia fertilizing. So, we also planted oats and sprayed off, well, what else did I do? Is that it? Maybe. That's a lot of time into this episode. I probably should have done it as 2 separate ones. My bad. But hey, just more content for you guys. More bang for your buck. Let's get this last bit. A couple dots here and there not done, but the rest of it is perfectly done. I mean, there's, a couple dots around. This is wild. This harvest is going to be absolutely huge. And that's what we're going to be doing next episode. Next time you catch me, we'll be harvesting. We'll also sell the grain. We've got some peas ready to sell. That'll make us, around 400,000. Probably buy some more land, lease a harvester, get harvesting. I hope I don't try to do all of that in one episode. That would be insane. Right, let's refill this up for next year. And yeah, I don't know what I want to do next year, so we're just going to put this away. Let's clean it off first. But yeah, be looking out for a harvest episode next. And I'll see you next time. Peace.